Google Webmaster Guidelines video tutorial. This video is created only to help people understand Google Webmaster's guidelines. Most of the content in this video is taken from official Google Webmaster help, and our intention is only to help lazy webmasters like me who cannot give their time to read Google Webmaster Guidelines. You can find the source link here. So when your site is ready, submit it to Google at www.google.com/addurl.html. Well, I would recommend this type of practice only if your site is very new or it's not at all indexed at Google. And if you have some good number of web pages, then submitting a sitemap using Google Webmaster Tools is a better idea. So, Google Webmaster Guidelines. It's important to follow Google Webmaster Guidelines to prevent your site or blog from getting penalized or sometimes removed entirely from Google's index. These guidelines are basically divided into three categories. As you can see, design and content guidelines, technical guidelines, and quality guidelines. Google strongly encourages people to pay very close attention to quality guidelines when compared to others. So let's start with quality guidelines. So the basic principles: make pages primarily for users, not for search engines. Don't deceive your users by presenting different content to search engines than you display to your users, which is commonly referred to as clogging. Avoid tricks intended to improve search engine rankings. This type of practices most often leads to Google penalty or entire removal of the site from Google's index. Don't participate in link schemes designed to increase the site rankings or page rank. In particular, avoid links to web spammers or bad neighborhoods on the web, as your own rankings may be affected adversely by those links. Don't use unauthorized computer programs to submit pages, check rankings, etc. Such programs consume computing resources and violate Google terms of services. Quality guidelines also includes specific guidelines which should be followed. So here we go. Avoid hidden text or hidden links. Don't use clogging or sneaky redirects. Don't send automated queries to Google. Don't load pages with irrelevant keywords. Don't create multiple pages, subdomains, or domains with subsequently duplicate content. Don't create pages with malicious behavior, such as phishing or installing viruses, trojans, or other badwares. Avoid throwaway pages created just for search engines, or otherwise cookie cutter approaches such as affiliate programs with little or no original content. If your site participates in an affiliate program, make sure that your site adds value. Provide unique and relevant content that gives users a reason to visit your site first. Now, if you think your site does not meet these guidelines and was penalized for the same, you can make modifications to your site so that it does follow all the Google guidelines and then submit your site for reconsideration. Google is more than happy to reconsider those sites. Use the link uh, given here to find more information about hidden text, cloaking, sneaky redirects, automated queries to Google, duplicate content, and many more. The short form of URL will be directed to the Google's Webmaster help. Now, design and content guidelines. Make a site with clear hierarchy and text link. Offer a sitemap to help search engines and your users. Most often your users find HTML sitemaps and Search engines find your XML site files useful, so don't hesitate to have both of them. Create a useful information rich site and write pages that clearly and accurately describes your content. Choose a title that matches the content in your web page or website. Use more text instead of images and videos. Make sure that your title elements and alt attributes are descriptive and accurate. If you use meta description and meta keywords, make sure that you write good descriptive content and use good relevant keywords in your meta tag. Check for broken links and correct HTML. Use validator.w3.org to validate your HTML. Keep the links on a given page to a reasonable number, say less than 100. Review Google's image guidelines for best practice on publishing images. Now let's move on to technical guidelines. Use a text browser such as Linux to examine your site. With fancy features such as JavaScript, cookies, session IDs, frames, DHTML, or Flash keep you from seeing all your site in a text browser, then search engine spiders may have trouble crawling your site. Make sure your web server supports the if modified since HTTP header. This feature allows your web server to tell Google whether your content has changed since we last crawled your site. Supporting this feature saves you bandwidth and overhead. Make use of robots.txt file on your web server. This file, this file tells crawlers which directories can or cannot be crawled. If your company buys a content management system, make sure that the system creates pages and links that search engines can crawl. So these are the technical guidelines. I hope these guidelines helped. Bye for now.